Video has just gone viral showing a white active duty soldier berating and shoving a black man walking in a South Carolina neighborhood.
Someone came running.
Walk back.
You better walk away. You walk away. You talking to my wife right now. Walk away.
Jonathan Petland, an Army soldier assigned to Fort Jackson, has been charged with third-degree assault. The video shows Petland demanding the other man leave the neighborhood. Army officials and the U.S. Justice Department are now investigating the incident. If found guilty, Petland faces a $500 fine and 30 days in jail.
Wow, wow, wow. What can we say about this, ladies and gentlemen? What can we say about this? Does racism exist in the military? You know what? Somebody asked me, did I see this whole Jonathan Petland thing? What did I feel about it? And at first I was like, you know what, man, I really don't want to talk about this. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what happens, what plays out. I think it's very unfortunate that this type of behavior was happening with a drill sergeant nonetheless, because drill sergeants are definitely taught to have self-control and to be disciplined. This right here was an act of, I really hate to say that this was about racism. You know, maybe the guy was just being an asshole. Maybe the guy just didn't look familiar and he wanted to point something out. But then I said, you know what? Let me look at this video and really give it, you know what I'm saying, what it needs to be given in regards to, you know what I'm saying, a fair look or whatever case may be. I mean, we talk about everything over here at Tough Love. It's only right that we talk about this situation and really do a deep dive into it. You know, was this guy being racist? Was this guy just being a hard ass or what? So let's look at the actual video and let's break this thing down. I've seen some commentary on people saying that they thought it was racist. This guy was out of line. He was out of control. But let's really look at this thing and see if Jonathan was out of line, if he was out of control. This, you know, this vet, this active duty staff sergeant, this drill sergeant who is known, and I don't think a lot of people know what drill sergeants do. Drill sergeants are responsible for molding and grooming young soldiers who come in off the street, who come in from high schools, who come in from college. And what they do is they kind of break them down out of their civilian habits and laziness, you know, and build them and mold them into soldiers, you know, whether they're Marines or whether they're airmen or whether they're sailors. You know, these guys have these males and females have a very important job. And I really wanted to look at this and say, you know, I really wanted to see if this video was about racism or was this just a guy harassing another guy, you know, based on him being in the neighborhood, not looking familiar, taking his neighborhood watch job a little bit serious. So I want to look at this and you guys look at it with me and you tell me what you think or whatever case may be. Is it racism or is this guy really taking this, you know, neighborhood watch thing to the fullest extreme? So let's check it out and let's see what happens. Here we go.
Go away right now.
Call the police.
Hey, they've already been called. They're just waiting.
Picking fights with who?
You know what? Maybe you should hang on a little longer. We'll see how it goes. Then we won't have to get the report by ourselves.
What is it you're doing here?
Walking.
Then walk.
Okay, that's what I was doing. She came out of house.
Well, you've been here like 15 minutes now.
Let's go. Walk away.
Keep walking.
Walk away.
I already walked away.
Walk away right now. You need help?
You got this on camera.
I'm happy to help you. I didn't hit you. There's a difference between
Pretty
pushing
sure
you.
you were the aggressor, buddy.
You're aggressing on the neighborhood.
Someone came running. That's
Walk
the
back.
You better walk away. You walk away. You talking to my wife right now.
That's your wife?
Walk away.
I didn't do
Walk
anything.
away.
Your wife will speak.
Check it out. You either walk away or I'm going to carry your ass out of here.
Dude, if you touch
What do you
me,
want to do?
You better not touch me.
Or
I'm
what?
not arguing
What are you going to do?
You up on me.
Let's go.
I'm
Walk
not.
away.
I didn't do anything to you.
I'm about to do something to you. You better start walking.
I do anything to her.
You better start walking
So
right
when
now.
you come after me like that,
I ain't coming
you're
after
the one in the
you.
wrong.
You're in the wrong neighborhood, motherfucker. Get out. Get out.
I live here, sir.
Where? Where's your house? What's your address?
Maybe we should walk you home.
You can't walk me home.
Well, you bet.
Now, I would be remiss if I didn't do this real quick. First of all, Latoya, I definitely hear what you're saying. The military teaches you discipline, and he was not that at all. Simply was harassing him. First of all, I don't even want to just point out what Jonathan was doing. I want to point out what his wife was saying with the camera. His wife was instigating. Maybe we should walk you home. You know, when the guy was saying, hey, you're in the wrong neighborhood, motherfucker. Like, first of all, the young man said, I live in this neighborhood. And then Jonathan, you know, the aggressor was saying, well, I never seen you in this neighborhood. And it's so crazy because you had two other adults around when Jonathan was pushing this young guy. And no one said, hey, you know what? Hey, maybe this is going too far. Allow this man to walk away. But he wouldn't allow him to walk away. He shoved him. He pushed him. I mean, wow. You know what I'm saying? And then he felt that he was in a position, I can address you, but you can't address me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to, again, man, I hate to call this racism. I hate to do it. But I'm telling you right now, it looks like, you know, this guy really was on some high power type shit, like some good old boy type shit. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit later, the good old boy system and how it works in the military. But the fact of the matter is, this was totally unnecessary. This was totally unprovoked. I'm going to let this thing play again.
You want to bet what I can do?
I live here, sir.
Okay,
Right
what's
now,
your
you're
address?
harassing the
I'm
neighborhood.
not harassing anyone walking through the neighborhood I live in, sir.
Where? But check it out. We are a tight-knit community.
Okay.
We
How
take
long
care
have
of
you
each
been-
other.
Okay, so here we go, folks. Here we go. Check this out. I believe this was a totally unnecessary incident. I believe that this staff sergeant should be held and disciplined to the highest measure. This was absolutely unnecessary. You are responsible for bringing troops in the military and training them as a drill sergeant, being patient with them and being disciplined. You showed no discipline. Not only did you show no discipline, but your wife showed no restraint. You bullied this young man, and you had other people in the neighborhood watch you do it. Now, I don't know what suburb you live in or what Army community you live in, but for that, sir, you are a jackass. And anyone in the military that applauds this type of nonsense is a jackass as well. Okay, this young man was walking through the neighborhood, and for someone to come up, this is that whole Trayvon Martin type feel right now. It's ridiculous. And you see how this guy felt like he was so in the right. Now, from my understanding, this guy has been charged with assault, I believe 3rd-degree assault. I'm interested to see if the military is going to kick him out, because he's responsible for being one of the first contacts when you come into the military as a new trainee that goes to South Carolina, Fort Jackson, to train up or whatever case may be. If I was in the military, I would be embarrassed right now. This guy's actions is embarrassing. And then based on the climate that we have right now, it's ridiculous. And to tell this young man that you are in the wrong neighborhood, motherfucker, we are in a tight-knit community. First of all, do your community exclude black people? Do your community exclude black people? And your wife is holding the camera, helping you instigate the situation. Does racism exist in the military? Well, let's finish this and we'll find out. Here we go.
How long have you
Hell of a
been
lot
living
longer than your ass, because I have never seen you before in my
How long
life.
have you been living here?
That's
Why
none of
does
your
that even
business.
matter to you?
How long have you been
It
living
doesn't matter. You know what? Get the hell out of my face.
You've been
Get out of my
here.
face.
You walked up to me.
Check it out, motherfucker. I ain't playing with you. You either get your ass moving or I'm going to move you.
You smell drunk.
You want to bet?
You are drunk.
I'm about to show you what I can do.
I would suggest
You better walk away. Walk away. Walk away.
I'm walking. You keep following me, sir.
There's only one way out of here. It's right over there.
There's multiple ways out of here, sir.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you right now, this type of behavior should not be tolerated. This did display to me a form of racism. Someone said, I couldn't see it. Oh my God, the thing was blocking it. Okay, hold on just 1 second. Give me a second. Give me a second, people. Here we go. Let's do it again.
Right now.
Hey, they've already been called. They're just waiting. You know what? Maybe you should hang on a little longer. We'll see how it goes. Then we won't have to get the report by
What
ourselves.
are you doing here?
Walking.
Then
walk
walk.
out.
Okay, and that's what I was doing. She came out of house. and ran
Well, you've been here like 15 minutes now.
Let's go. Walk.
Now, here's the scary part about this, and I want you guys to hear me well. This is a former military warrant officer talking, 20 years experience. Listen to how calm they are. The woman that's talking, his wife, right? Listen to how calm she is about the police have already been called. And you said what exactly? You told them what exactly? Think about it. Your husband is the one that's being the aggressive. Your husband is the one that's pushing this young man around in the neighborhood, harassing this young man. So when the police come, what exactly is about to happen? I'm really curious about what they feel is going to happen, as they are the ones that's the aggressor. She's actually instigating this instead of telling her husband, hey, honey, let's go in the house. This guy's on the street. He's not on our property. You understand what I'm saying? They don't own the neighborhood. So is this a white only neighborhood or what? And this guy who's actually supposed to be the strange person in the neighborhood say, hey, look, if there's a problem, call the authorities. And his wife says, oh, yeah, I already called the authorities. Okay, you called the authorities, but your husband is outside drunk, pushing someone who's not his size around, calling a motherfucker and what he bet not do, and question him as if he is an authority. Does racism exist in the military? Let's see. Let's see. This guy is a representation of the military. Let's see. Here we go.
Walk away.
Keep walking.
Walk away.
I already walked away.
Walk away right now.
I wonder if he would have did that if the black guy was his size.
I'm happy to help you. I didn't hit you. There's a difference between
Pretty sure
pushing
you were
you.
the aggressor, buddy.
You're aggressing on the
When
neighborhood.
someone came running, that's
Walk
the
back.
You better walk away. You walk away. You talking to my wife right now.
That's your wife?
Walk away.
I didn't do
Walk
anything.
away.
Your wife was speaking.
Check it out. You either walk away or I'm going to carry your ass out of here.
Dude, if you touch
What do you
me,
want to do?
You better not touch me.
Or
I'm
what?
not arguing
What are you going to do?
You up on me.
Let's go.
And
Walk
I'm not
away.
upset. I didn't do anything to you.
I'm about to do something to you. You better start walking.
I do anything to her.
You better start walking
So
right
when
now.
you come after me like that,
I ain't coming
you're
after
the one in the
you.
wrong.
You're in the wrong neighborhood, motherfucker. Get out.
Wow. Wow.
Where's your house? What's your address?
Maybe we should walk you home.
You can't walk me home.
Well, you bet. You want to bet what I can do?
I live here, sir.
Okay,
Right
what's
now,
your
you're
address?
harassing the
I'm
neighborhood.
not harassing anyone.
Harassing the neighborhood.
Where? 'Cause check it out. We are a tight-knit community.
Okay.
We
How
take
long
care
have
of
you
each
been
other
here? How long
a
have
hell
you
of a
been
lot
living
longer than your ass, because I have never seen you before in my
How long
life.
have you been living here?
That's
Why
none
does
of
that
your
even
business.
matter to you?
How long have you been
It
living
doesn't
here?
matter. You know what? Get the hell out of my face.
You've been
Get out of my
away from
face.
me. You walked up to me.
Check it out, motherfucker. I ain't playing with you. You either get your ass moving or I'm going to move you.
You smell drunk.
You want to bet?
You are drunk.
I'm about to show you what I can do.
I would suggest
You better walk away. Walk away. Walk away.
I'm walking. You keep following me, sir.
There's only one way out of here. It's right over there.
There's multiple ways out of here, sir.
Wow, 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 wow. There are multiple ways out of here. And as he's walking away, you're following him and agitating the situation. Does racism exist in the military? Wow. Anyone that agrees with this type of behavior, this type of nonsense, especially based on the climate that we have right now, you are a absolute jackass and a racist. There was no reason for this man to do this to this other young man. You notice I didn't say white man, black man. That is no reason for that type of behavior. And the fact that you're supposed to be disciplined, and then the fact that the guy is not even your size. That's what makes it so crazy. You can tell he's a younger guy. You can tell he's a younger guy. And what was he doing that was so suspicious? It doesn't look like he's smoking weed. He's drinking alcohol. He's playing any loud music. What is he doing on the sidewalk that makes him such a threat to your community, as you put it? Then when a guy clearly points out, hey, your breath smells like alcohol, the guy says, you want to bet? Man, let me get through this, man. This is retarded. This is retarded. Let me go ahead and play this next video for you guys. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely. There is no reason for that type of negativity. No reason at all. But we're gonna play this right quick. Here we go. Does racism exist in the military? Well, let's talk about it. Black man might rob me. This black man, you know what I'm saying, he might be into drugs. This black man might be just getting released out of prison. The thing about it is there's no difference, and that's what I want you to know. There's no difference because you serve in the military. Am I proud to be a military member? Yes. Am I proud to be an officer? Yes. But do I know the real? The real is it's like this. When you talk about equality, there's no equality for all. You see what I'm saying? Based on the color of my skin, there's no equality for all. Do the military have provisions put in place in reference to EO, which is the Equal Opportunity Program? And you could go there and say, okay, I don't feel like I'm being treated X, Y, and Z. But you got to understand, we got something in the military called the good old boy system. You know what I'm saying? And that good old boy system is a part of the white supremacy. That good old boy system is a part of the white supremacy. And if you're not a part of that good old boy system, you're going to get railroaded. I'm going to say this again. You're going to get railroaded. So the problem is, it's a lot of people, as long as they're getting by and they're flying under the radar, they don't say anything. That's why people are scared to come live and say anything in reference to racism. But the fact of the matter is, racism, it exists. If you were to pull an African-American officer to the side on a one-on-one basis and had a real conversation with them, they could tell you numerous examples of racism. Can the military be prosperous? Can the military help you explore, network, get educated, provide for your family? You damn right. But to think that the military is free from racism, you damn wrong. And anybody, I challenge anybody right now to come on this live or to comment on this live and say racism doesn't exist in the military. Get the hell out of here with that. And it does. So the best thing that we can do is tell our soldiers is, listen, sometimes you got to be prepared. Well, all the time you have to be prepared to fight the enemy. But sometimes the enemy is right beside you. Sometimes the enemy is right beside you. So it's like this. For me, telling young soldiers, hey, listen, you know, the military can be a great stepping stone. Get in the military, do what you have to do, and be great. But don't be naive. You know, don't be retarded or blind to the situation. Everybody that has a platform should speak about what's going on. If you're African American and you believe there is no racism going on, it doesn't affect the military, you are blind. And those are the people that they like to button their lips. Like to button their lips because they're prospering off of what's going on. They know as long as they say yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am, they're going to prosper. Okay, now I'm not going to say on this live what type of people those are, but I'm going to tell you like this. If you're going to stand in your truth, right, and you're going to support, okay, the people on your platform and the people below your platform, you got to tell the truth. You got to tell the truth. Racism exists. Racism exists. If you check the statistics in reference to African American officers, soldiers, NCOs, warrant officers, when they get in trouble, compare them to their Caucasian counterparts and see how many is getting kicked out on a daily basis. I mean, kicked out of service. How many is getting punished? How many is getting ridiculed? How long these extensive investigations. I'm telling you right now, I've sat with people and they've been through extensive investigations over little to nothing. Over little to nothing. And it's like, I'm like, why is that happening to you? Why is that happening to you? And then what they do is, listen to me. What they do is they tell you, go get a civilian lawyer. So now you're paying $5,000, $10,000 to rectify a situation that if somebody would have cared, listen to me, because you're not a part of the good old boy system. If somebody would have cared in the military, they wouldn't even have to go through that. You see what I'm saying? So my thing about it is when your back's against the wall and you asking yourself, well, who got my back? Because we all wearing the same uniform. We all not the same color, but it's like this. I have a lot of brothers and sisters in arms that they're not my color. But we've grown to have a rapport. We've grown to have a mutual respect and understanding for each other. So for all those people who understand what I'm saying, hey, salute to you. But for all those people who don't understand what I'm saying, you're living under a rock. You're living under a rock. The thing about it is, if we're going to go across the water and fight people we never met on a foreign soil, right here in the United States, if someone says we're not equal and we need to do those things to get equal, I don't care if you're a commander, I don't care if you're a soldier, I don't care if you're a general, I don't care what you are. If you are not promoting equality, right? If you're not promoting equality, you should be removed. You should be removed. And if you don't like what I'm saying, again, feel free to quote in the comments and I can get at you. Period. And this is not aggression, it's aggravation, because of the fact of the matter is, we're not doing what we're supposed to do. We have a platform. If we wear army, then guess what? When we step to the forefront, we should be stepping unified. We should be stepping united. There is no way in the world that I'm saluting a flag that's supposed to represent equality. Don't talk about, oh, well, the flag represents our forefathers. Okay. And this is coming from the same people who's never been deployed, never been away from their kids, never done nothing for America. The only thing you worry about is your small bubble. So let's talk about the people who actually leave and go across the foreign seas and fight for people that, I don't care about the military. That's your choice. You decide to go to the military. You decide to be away from your family. Okay, cool. Touche. But you know why I'm fighting for equality across the seas, while I'm carrying out orders across the seas and I'm losing brothers and sisters in arms? What are you doing? What are you doing? You're a football player, you're a basketball player, you're a doctor, you're a lawyer, you're a congressman. You work in the White House. What are you doing for equality? What are you doing to abolish racism? Yes, I said abolish racism. Because even today, there's a form of slavery. Think about how many minorities you got right now locked up in prison that just got locked up because of the color of their skin. Stay with me, people. It's people right now, and think about it. They get out of jail. Society says, well, you paid your debt to society, but we're not going to set you up for success. So guess what? If you're not going to set me up for success, what am I going to do? I'm going to go back to doing what I know how to do, which is be a criminal. You won't give me a loan. You won't help me get a place to stay. You won't give me any type of training or credentials to get a good job. So I'm basically, even though I done went to jail and made license plates, when I get out, now I have nothing going on. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to do better. We have to take a stand. Does racism exist in the military? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Pull your brothers and sisters to the side and ask them those real hard questions. And if they lie to you and say, it doesn't exist in the military, come on, stop. The bad part about it is the same people that see this right here are the same people that's scared to speak up. That's why you don't see it. I'm willing to sit down with any general. I'm willing to sit down with the commander-in-chief, and I'm willing to talk about how racism exists and how it affects the soldiers, officers, warrant officers, and NCOs in the United States of America. You can't get mad at a man taking a knee talking about we're not equal. I don't see the equality that we're supposed to have. And then what you do is you try to shut them up and ban them from the NFL. That's his truth, and he has facts to back it up. But instead of us supporting him, what we do is shun him. That is the biggest form of white supremacy. That is the biggest light of white supremacy. We can shut you up. We can throw a couple dollars at some people, some commissioners, and we can shut you down. That is crazy. That is crazy. There are more minorities in different states than anything. When is it time to win? When is it time to vote? When is it time to stand up? When is it time to be united? Racism exists. It exists. It's not an aftermath. It's not an afterthought. It's not, oh, well, I think it does. Oh, well, I heard about it. Stop ignoring it. Come to the forefront. Talk about it. Have those intimate conversations that need to be had on those platforms. We're talking about everything else when it comes to social media. We're talking about everything else when it comes to rappers and performers. But we scared to talk about equality. These rappers and singers, they're not testifying, oh my God, let's talk about racism. No, because they're winning. Ladies and gentlemen, let me let you in on a little secret. It's called distraction. As long as you're worrying about what Kanye West and Kim Kardashian is doing, you're not worrying about the real threat. You're being distracted. As long as you're worrying about Love and Hip Hop and Atlanta Housewives, you're not worrying about the real threat. Because as long as you stay blinded and your mind stay occupied with something different, you're not saying, damn, why is my uncle still in prison? Why is all of these people without jobs? How come we have all these homeless people living under bridges? If we can send 50,000 troops across the seas, why can't we take those 50,000, give them a trade, and let them go out and be teachers? Can we give back to the United States? Can we actually stand on the forefront and say we are equal? It is time to get motivated for a different reason. It is time to get excited for a different reason. Stop being distracted. Stop being naive. And stop being scared to tell the truth. This is Mr. KTU 101. You know what it is. Until next time, be safe, be brave. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to stop racism. We got to stop it. And it's almost at a point where it's at any means necessary. I don't care if you're a police officer. I don't care if you're in the military. I don't care if you're a postal worker or you work at a funeral home. We need to do our best to stop racism. I'm telling you right now, I'm seeing all these excuses made for bullshit. Oh, well, they just did that because of this, or maybe they were just having a bad day, or maybe this and maybe that. We have to stop it. We're making all types of excuses when it comes to people and poor actions and poor judgment. I'm getting so tired of hearing this narrative that, well, if you're not a perfect person, if your credit score is not this, if you didn't live in this type of neighborhood, if you didn't have this and you didn't do that, then you deserve what happened to you. You deserve it. Only a racist person would say you deserve to die. Based on your criminal background, based on the fact that you had a warrant for your arrest. You deserved it. Resisting arrest is not a death sentence. Walking through a neighborhood should not mean you should be harassed. Come on, y'all. We need to get on the same accord, because when it happens to you, you're going to be pissed off. When it happens to your child, you're going to be pissed off. When it happens to your friends, you're going to be pissed off. So why not work together now? We got all these people in uniforms that are accustomed to saying, you know what? Yes, sir. No, sir. We have to be disciplined. We have to walk with honor, have some integrity, have some personal courage. Well, have the courage to do the right thing. And when you don't do the right thing, have the courage to, goddamn it, face the music. Let's stop making excuses for people. There would be no reason for Black Lives Matter, All Lives Matter, Blue Lives Matter. There should just be one, we matter. We matter. If you breathing and you walking and you're trying to be a productive citizen, you're positive, you're trying to give back to your community, or shit, you're just trying to raise your family and keep your head up. We matter. We're doing all these things to segregate and separate and all this other shit. But at the end of the day, what is it going to do? What is it going to do? Well, I hate the military. I hate the police. I hate black people. I hate white people. I hate Oriental people. I hate Hispanic people. All of this hate, and no one is saying, let's promote some love. Let's promote some understanding. Let's promote people working together. Does racism exist in the military? You fucking well right it does. You damn right. And if you're not, let me tell you something. Only a person that is not used to moving around in the military will probably never be really subjected to it. But as you move up in ranks, you understand that there is a good old boy system, and that good old boy system is alive and doing well. This young gentleman on the screen right now, all right, I don't know if he's a part of the good old boy system, but we'll see what happens to him in reference to what in the military. We'll see if any more charges get placed, because the military has a good way of saying, well, if the civilians charge you, we're going to charge you too. If the civilians, even if they say you're innocent, the fact that it made the news, we're going to do something too. So let's see what he does, because right now, everybody's heightened. There's a lot of black commanders. There's a lot of black NCOs. There's a lot of black soldiers and warrant officers and sailors and Marines and airmen. They want to see what happens when a military representative get out of line. They want to see what's going to happen. For those people that are serving, that have served, that will serve, salute to you. For those people that are policemen and policewomen, salute to you. We understand that these are difficult jobs, and those people that do not understand that, they don't understand the meaning of being away from their home, being out of the country, on holidays, on funerals, on all those special events. They don't understand that. They can't fathom someone calling them at 10 a.m. or 12 a.m. in the morning and saying, oh, well, hey, it's time to go, time to roll, kiss your baby. You might not even be there for your baby's birthday. Be there for a graduation. Be there for an anniversary. And people don't understand that. There's a lot of sacrifice. There's a lot of sacrifice. And the last thing that we need to do is be sacrificing each other's lives based on the fact that, oh, I thought it was a taser. Well, it don't matter anyway because he was a criminal. We're objectifying everything. We're letting go of everything. Now it's okay that you're murdered if you have a criminal record. Is that the message that we're sending? So if that's the case, if you get locked up, you might as well stay locked up. You might as well say you never can repay your debt to society. So if I get locked up for a petty crime, let's say petty theft. Matter of fact, let's say Martha Stewart. We know Martha Stewart ain't no big time criminal. You know, she just moves some money around. So if something happens to Martha Stewart, are we going to say that Martha Stewart was a criminal because she was in jail? So whatever happens to her, drive-by, accidental police shooting, whatever happens to her and she dies, are we going to say the same thing? I doubt it. But for some reason, it's a lot of people dying that are black. And it's always, well, they deserve this and they deserve that and X, Y, and Z. I just seen a post from Ben Shapiro that said the woman, the officer that shot Mr. Wright, people were at her home. I guess they were saying Black Lives Matter and protesting or whatever. And I was seeing people like in the comments saying how disgusting it was and how dare they go to her home? Who do they think they are? These black animals. And I just thought about it. Like, where's all the protesting about her saying taser, 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 but shooting him? Like there was no weapon recovered from this young man. There was no knife recovered. And you mean him hopping in the vehicle? He deserved to die? Like, that is interesting, because if it was your son, if it was your daughter, if it was your uncle or whatever, it would be a different conversation. Racism should not be allowed to exist, period. It's a lot of negative behavior. It's a lot of people going against one another when we should be working together. Ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you right now to have the conversation that you need to have with your children, your loved ones, and your friends, and keep them close. When they get stopped by the police, hey, have a routine. Let them know the do's and don'ts. When they're walking through someone's neighborhood, hey, let them know how to be safe. Because right now we're in a very high volatile situation where there's a lot of people taking their actions into their own hands. And I know that no one wants to get the call that says your husband is dead, your wife is dead, your mother is dead, your father is dead, your child is dead. Does racism exist in the military? Yes, it does. Does it exist in the police force? Yes, it does. Anywhere that you have a human aspect, there is some type of racism. And it's not just coming from white people. It's coming from black people, Hispanic people, Oriental people. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. At some point in time, we got to learn how to have a tough conversation, sit our ass down and say, what is the real problem? But nobody should be dying from traffic stops, from walking in people's neighborhood, from sitting in their own apartment. No one should be dying off of these frivolous ass situations. So when you start making excuses why it's okay that this person was killed, why it's okay that this person was beat up, or why is this okay for this person to be disrespected, that shows who you are. It shows who you are. And you are as worse as the racist people that are actually doing the action. Ladies and gentlemen, I said what I said. It is what it is. Until next time, y'all adult up. Peace.
You're all a bunch of fucking assholes. You know why? You don't have the guts to be what you want to be. You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy. So, what'll I make you? Good?